there have been a lot of strong Marvel characters down the years that have been very good at martial arts. But who in Marvel is the best at it? We were suggested this video by someone called Desi Due. Sorry if I got your name wrong. Tell me down below if I did. I apologize. But you had a really good idea about a video for us to do, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. Now we have four here um, on who is the best at martial art in the Marvel universe. Now it's obviously based on the comics as well, or mainly the comics, because these characters haven't been introduced yet to the MCU. So yeah, if you guys do enjoy this video today, please like and subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it. So this is probably going to be a short video, but I'm just going to go over each of these four characters, and first I'm going to start with Moon Knight. Now Moon Knight, as we know, as we're getting his show soon, is a very strong fighter who is also very good at martial arts. We know his quick fighting style, and comes out at night mainly, as we know, from the Marvel comics and shows, obviously, that he has appeared in. I think most people would probably say Moon Knight is probably the best out of these four, but you know, it's based on opinion, I guess, and who is very strong, and the shows that have obviously come out as well for these characters. But Moon Knight is a very strong character. Obviously, we haven't seen a show of him yet, but from the trailer, he does look like he's gonna be a badass, and I think we all know that he's gonna have a quick fighting style in the show. And yeah, we know from the comics how deadly Moon Knight is, and yeah, I just think that he is very good at martial arts. Now, I'll say who I think are the best at the end of the video. I'll say who I think is best at martial arts. So next I have on the list is the Punisher. Now, we all know the Punisher in the show was deadly and brutal. We know that show is amazing as well on Netflix with Daredevil. You know, their team up was amazing. And I think the Punisher, as we know with John Bernthal, I think his character was amazing, and obviously is a deadly character. But when it comes to martial arts, I think he is more based on like aggressive attacking style, but mainly, I mean, he is obviously good at martial arts, don't get me wrong, but compared to these characters that I have on this list, I do believe that the Punisher, compared to some of these characters, it's just, yeah, I just don't think he can compare in martial art fighting styles to these characters I have on this list. I'm not saying he's weak, as from the Punisher show and Daredevil show, we know he is not weak at all. He is a very strong character, and I can't wait to see him if he does get implemented into the MCU, which I think he will. But yeah, I think, obviously, don't get me wrong, the Punisher is an amazing character, written well. I hope we see him in the MCU. But compared out of these characters, I just don't think he cuts it against all of these if they're all in a fight, which is why I probably would put him at the bottom of the list. The next character I have on the list is Blade. Now, Blade is the living vampire. He has a sword as well, as we know. Very strong fighter. Obviously, Moon Knight takes down vampires, and Black Knight, but as we know from the comics, Blade does also take down vampires and werewolves. Even though he's a vampire, he does work with them. Even though Moon Knight isn't very fond of him, they still do work together. And Blade, as we know from the Marvel comics and his movie, actually, that he got obviously a few years ago. Yeah, I just think he's a very strong fighter, very quick as well with his sword, and I can't wait to see him in the MCU. As we know, we heard him in the Eternals actually talking to Black Knight, or Dane Whitman, sorry. And yeah, I believe that Blade is going to be incredible with these. Maybe even if they implement Punisher into the MCU, as we know Moon Knight's already coming into it. I think that all these four characters teaming up, I think they could be absolutely incredible. Because yeah, we all know Blade from the comics, and if you've seen his movie, it's going to be a lot better. His new movie now, where he's going to get. So yeah, I believe Blade would rank highly on this list. I do think he is a very strong character. Obviously, being a vampire, very quick as well, can move fast. Probably very deadly as well, knowing him having a sword, and let alone without the sword, his martial arts ability and his quickness would just win. I think that would be an even fight between these characters. Maybe take out Punisher. But yeah, I think he'd be a very strong character. Now, the last character I have on the list is Black Knight. Now, we obviously saw Black Knight basically in the post-credit scene of Eternals, where we saw him throughout the movie, which was Dane Whitman, but we obviously didn't see Black Knight for the whole movie, other than mainly the end, where we didn't really see him. We just saw Dane Whitman touch the sword that Black Knight uses, and it moves for him. So I think that obviously that shows he's obviously going to probably appear in Eternals 2, or maybe another project that maybe even Moon Knight he might appear in. So yeah, I think Black Knight from the comics, very deadly character. Like most of these characters, obviously he has a strong legacy as well, and past, and is a part of the Midnight Suns. Well, like all of these characters are, and they do take down vampires and werewolves. Like in that, you would have to have martial arts because obviously, as we know from the Marvel comics, the werewolves and vampires are very deadly in the comics. So I think um, Black Knight, very strong character, very fast, deadly as well. I think his power, he doesn't really have powers, but like basically neither of these characters really have powers other than maybe Moonlight, Blade and stuff. But Black Knight, he has a sword as well, so he's probably very quick. Obviously, he'll be very quick with it in the MCU when he actually learns to use it. Probably has powers as well. So yeah, I think this fight between these four, or maybe the team up, I think would be very strong, big fight. And I think who would win this? I'll probably put them in a rank out of obviously four. I'll probably put Moon Knight at the top, Blade, Black Knight, then Punisher. I think that would my order. But if you guys think differently, tell me down below, and I'd love to know what you guys think about this. Thought this was an incredible idea, so thank you for the idea. If you did enjoy today's video, please like and subscribe. I hope you had a good day, and goodbye.